Would you like to feel more positive whilst you look for a new job? You've come to the right place because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to feel more positive whilst you're looking and waiting for a job offer. Hi, I'm Jo Randolph and I'm a branding consultant that helps women become experts and leaders in the field they care about most. On this channel, I share with you how to get the job you want and become an expert and leader in your field so your career is something you love and supports the life you want. If you want to watch videos like this, come and join me and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. Okay, let's get right into this. The fact that you're watching this video tells me that you are looking for a job and you might be going through a difficult time. Perhaps you have been looking for a job for a while and you've been sending applications and you haven't been getting interviews or you haven't been passing your interviews and it's getting you down and you are finding it difficult to actually feel positive when you get one rejection after another rejection. Well, I've got your back because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to stop feeling low or stop feeling stressed or stop feeling frustrated through the job search, because I know that when you're looking for a job, the process can feel like it sucks. It just sucks. It's not fun and you really want things to change. Now, if you want to be positive, let's first start with the number one mistake that you want to avoid, because this mistake makes it difficult for you to be positive. And that is you judge yourself throughout this whole process. And by this, I mean, when you are applying for a job and you don't get the interviews or you don't pass the interviews, you really take it personally. You really feel like that there might be something wrong with you, that maybe you're not good enough, that maybe you don't have the right experience, that whatever it is, you don't have enough of something, and that is why it's keeping you stuck. But here's the thing, the more you judge yourself for not making progress, the harder it will be for you to feel positive about yourself. Because one of the things about feeling positive about yourself is it all depends on where you get your self-esteem from. So if you get your self-esteem from achieving certain results, such as getting interviews and getting job offers, if that's where you get your self-esteem, so long as you're waiting for that to happen, you won't have any other way to kind of boost your self-esteem. Because what I hope you know is that you can actually be happy regardless of whatever situation that you're in. Now, I know it might sound like it's easy for me to say this being here and being someone who's currently not looking for a job because I run a business and I'm not in your situation. I'm not in your shoes. But what I do know for sure is that if you can find happiness and you can find a sense of peace and contentment, even when you are going through the most difficult times in your life, if you can do that, then you will nearly always be happy. And now I've had challenges of my own. For example, I had a tumor and the tumor almost killed me, and then I had to have a surgery, and then I had complications in my life. Like, I've had crap happen in my life too. And it's only when I actually found happiness through my most difficult and trying of times that I was actually able to feel more positive about whatever it is I was going through, even if I wasn't at the end objective that I really wanted to be at. Now, it doesn't change the fact that you're still looking for a job and you still want to get interviews and you still want to pass your interviews. If you want to learn how to do this, then I totally recommend that you try my free quiz on how you can get the best job offer possible. So if you want to try this, simply click on the link in the description box below. But for now, let's get into the 5 steps to feeling positive whilst you're looking for a job. The first thing that I totally recommend that you do is you start every morning being grateful. Be grateful for anything you can possibly be grateful for. So for example, when I was going through a really difficult time when I had my surgery, it's a really long story, you can learn more about it here. When I was going through a really difficult time and I actually didn't know whether I was going to live, I also didn't know what my quality of life was going to look like because I had multiple organs taken out of me, and it was really difficult. And the only thing that got me through was being grateful. Now, even when you have lots of crap going on, it can be hard to feel like, well, what am I grateful for? I'm not grateful for anything. Well, let me put it this way. There's usually something you have that somebody else wishes they had. So for example, if you are breathing, simply breathing, the fact that you are able to breathe, inhale and exhale, that is an amazing gift, because there are some people who would do anything for the person they love to be breathing in this moment. And the fact that you are breathing is an incredible thing that you might have taken for granted. Another thing you can be grateful for is the sun. So I'm always grateful for the sun and for the new day. You can be grateful for things that don't even have anything to do with you, but are just simple things that make you feel like, you know what, even though life is hard, even though this job search is hard, I am grateful that I have water, I am grateful that I have a roof over my head, I am grateful that I'm breathing, I'm grateful that my heart is working. And the more you get into the rhythm of being grateful every morning, the more it will shift your perspective from feeling negative about your life to actually feeling positive for the things that you do have. The second step to take is to then start to modify your approach. If you have been applying for a job for more than a month or 2 months and you haven't been making much progress, then it is time that you start reflecting on why you aren't making progress. What I don't want you to do is to use what I call the hope job hunting approach. Now, I talk more about this in my training, so if you want to learn more about this, click on the link in the description box below. But what I mean by this, in short, is that you're hoping that by sending more and more applications, just somebody will interview you. But this does not work. And the reason why this does not work is because you're most likely repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. And when you're making the same mistakes over and over and over again, it's no wonder you're getting the same result. So it's really important that you try and learn from the mistakes that you've been making. So whenever you send a CV or you send an application, it's one thing if 1 or 2 companies don't get back to you, but if 5 or 10 or more than 10 companies don't get back to you, then there's something about your approach that isn't working. So take a moment to figure out what that is. Now, on my YouTube channel, I have lots and lots of videos. Now, in my Get the Job training, I actually show you the exact steps you need to take. So if you want to learn and identify what you need to do differently, then sign up for this training. Now, the third thing you want to do is that you then want to celebrate the little wins. Sometimes when you have a big goal, like I really want a job by this month and I want this salary, it can take a while for you to get to that end kind of destination. An easy way to do this is to start celebrating the little things that you do. So anytime you've sent an application and you really put your blood, sweat, and tears, feel good about the fact that you've actually put in the time and effort to move your career forward. Don't see it as a waste of time, but see it as a new opportunity that you've created. Every time a company gets back to you, feel good that a company got back to you. Every time you get invited for an interview, feel excited about that interview. Really, really try and celebrate the smallest of things, whether it's an action you have taken or a result you have achieved. Because the more you start to celebrate the little wins, the more you'll actually start to enjoy the process and the less difficult and challenging it will feel. And the fourth thing you want to do is you want to start thinking positively and talking positively. Now, I've actually created a separate video on why this is important. You can click on the link below, but it's about attracting whatever you want into your life. And if you've heard of the law of attraction, then you will also know and understand that the way you think and the way you see the world and the way you behave ends up influencing what you attract into your life. Now, I don't know whether you think this is too woo-woo or whether you believe this. I know I believe this. I know I've definitely seen a change. I know that whenever I think positively and talk positively and believe that positive things will happen, more often than not, positive things happen. But whenever I think negatively, talk negatively, act negatively, I'm always finding out the flaws in things, and I'm always finding problems where there aren't even problems. I'll give you an example. Just the other day, I was with my husband and we were talking about positive thinking. And I was talking about how years ago when I was in school, I really wanted to get into a certain university, but getting in wasn't going to be easy because my grades weren't excellent. Now, I was good at some subjects, but there was other subjects that I was kind of struggling. And in fact, in one subject, I actually got a D. I actually need 2 A's and a B in order to get into my first university of choice, but I actually got a D in one exam. And I remember my teacher actually calling my mom and speaking to my mom, saying he was concerned I was going to get a U in my A-level exam. I really, really wanted to make this happen. I really didn't want to lose hope. And so I told myself, I'm going to do this. I am going to get the A, I'm going to get the grades, and I'm going to get into this university. And so on a piece of paper, I wrote the grades that I wanted to get. And I wrote A, B. I put this right by my bed, like on my wall. And even though I was getting really bad grades every time I kept on submitting my work and mock exams, my homework, I kept on looking at that paper and thinking positively that one day I would get the grades. Anyways, fast forward a year later, when I actually sat my final exams and I had given it my all, not only did I pass and get an A, I actually got an A star and I got full marks in my exam. So well, guess what I'm trying to say is that even if you're going through a really difficult time, even if right now it's really, really difficult, even if you're struggling, it does not mean that you will not get there in the end. And just by thinking positively and talking positively, that's what will help you keep going. That's what will help you actually work that little bit harder, and that's what will help you make those little changes that will help you start to see the results. So whatever you do, don't give up. Think positively and believe it will happen for you. And then the final step is to trust everything will work out in the end. I don't know if you're spiritual, if you believe in God, if you don't believe in God, if you believe in the universe, if you don't believe in the universe, if you believe in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself. I don't know where you are on the spectrum. But what I really hope you do know is that you need to trust that everything will work out in the end. And the more you have faith that you are fully supported and that you can do this and that things will work out for you, the easier it is to feel positive while you're waiting for this job to come. Anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to learn how to get more interviews and pass your interviews and get job offers, then I totally recommend you try my free quiz on what you need to do differently to start getting job offers. To do this quiz, simply click on the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before I go, I would love to know what's one thing you're gonna do to feel more positive as you look for a job. I can't wait to hear what you say. Anyways, I will speak to you soon. All right, bye.